Hey everyone, I'm Audius Wolf, and I know I normally stream yesterday, which is Wednesdays, but it's been kind of a hectic and stressy week for me, and I needed a day to just cool down, have some downtime. But I'm back today, and today we are going through the final little bit of the role quest for Shadowbringers. We just have the physical / ranged DPS, which is this boy right here, and then over here with Granson, we have the tank role quest. So let's get going. Lurik, let's go. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be... Yes, of course you are. Just plain from the way you carry yourself. You're just the sort of woman I've been looking for. You're perfect. My name is Lurik, and I am a bounty hunter. Not just any bounty hunter, I'll have you know. Nay, I am not wont to settle for run-of-the-mill prey. I hunt sin-eaters. Not only that, I have recently set my sights on a particularly notable fiend, one of the 4 cardinal virtues, the most infamous instigators of the flood itself. Naturally, it will take considerable strength and skill to defeat such a formidable leader, and I am not afraid to admit I cannot do it alone. However, with the aid of equally formidable allies, I am confident it can be done. And you, my friend, are exactly the sort of ally I have in mind to recruit. Feign interest. Aha! I knew you'd be interested! Oh, hello, cat. And should the challenge alone be insufficient motivation, know that I have substantial financial resources at my disposal. You'll be duly compensated for your service, rest assured. However, as much as I am certain you are the right woman for the job, 'tis only meet that I put your skills to the proof. A simple test should suffice. Pray do not be offended, but you would be shocked how many people present themselves falsely in order to enrich themselves or to impress others. Alright, as per usual, we have to go outside and go fight something. Whee! Where is the Ethernet. Here it is. Off to Lakeland. Alright, where did he go? And my cat has decided he needs to sit in my lap. This boy. Somewhere down here. There he is. Here we are our proving grounds. You need only slay a beast of suitable ferocity before my very eyes to demonstrate your own. Naturally, we require bait to lure one out of hiding. Oi, my lord, got your package here. Well done, my good man, and here's your payment. Ow, ow, claws, cat claws. Oh, this? The bait in question. Easier to have delivered than to take a detour and pick it up myself. Rather more efficient as well. Time is money. Now then, you need only place it in the open and slay whatever comes to claim it. I cannot imagine it'll take long for something to come hither. Okay. Place the bait. Iguana meat. Move that. Ah, there it is. Megalodon. Okay. That's a name. Come on. There we go. Fantastic! I knew I was not wrong about you. Come, let us return to the Crystarium at once. And I'm just going to do this because Freeport. Gonna use it. Gonna use my Freeport every chance I get. You're not right, Mr. Midnight. Up the stairs. Hello, how are you? Congratulations on a kill well made, my good woman. I dare say this is the beginning of a beautiful partnership. Let us commemorate the occasion with a feast. Eat, drink, and be merry. Wonderful stuff, isn't it? My compliments to the chef. B. Another helping? No? Are you sure? It really is no bother. Oh, very well. I should like to return to our earlier discussion, of the virtue I have engaged you to hunt with me. Andrea is her name, and she roams Novrand in the guise of Render Ray, the fallen warrior of light and renowned hunter of Eld. She is the most elusive eater that has been sighted in every corner of the realm. Though her movements are unpredictable, she has often been witnessed pursuing and slaying extraordinarily dangerous beasts. I can well imagine the question forming in your head. Why not leave her be? If anything, is she not aiding local communities after a fashion? Alas, no, for the beasts she slays arise anew as eaters, which pose even greater threats to the small folk. So you see, this one wretched sin-eater is in truth sowing untold chaos by carrying on as she does, unleashing more of her kind on unsuspecting towns and villages across Novrand. Only you and I can stop her. So she was a warrior of light. Huh, what an odd thing to ask. But never mind all that. Whether or not they were heroes or villains or whatever 100 years ago doesn't matter to me. The simple truth is, Render Way was the greatest hunter who ever lived, and beating her at her own game it would be an amazing feat, don't you think? And regardless of what the Warriors of Light were before they became Sin Eaters, that's what they are now, so we'd be doing folks a favor by killing one. Well, what say you, friend? Will you hunt Andrea with me? With pleasure. So begins our formal partnership. Ah, I can see it now. You and me in the heat of battle, fighting side by side, the picture of courage and camaraderie. It's going to be grand. Naturally, it'll take us time to study and understand our prey. You just can behave in strange and inexplicable ways, particularly powerful ones like Andrea. I've been doing my best to get inside her head, to think like a hunter, but it is easier said than done. Anyway, as soon as I have determined where we ought to begin our search, I will inform you at once. Oh, is the reward lacking? My apologies. Next time I will see you receive a rather more substantial compensation. Hi, dude. I came back. Wait, it's you. It's really you. You actually came. Never mind. You're here to hunt Andrea with me, yes? Of course you are. Why else would you be here? And wouldn't you know it, one of my hirelings should be returning with new information any moment now. Greetings, my lord. I am pleased to report that Andrea was recently sighted in Almarang, in the vicinity of Samuel's backbone, it would seem. Apparently, there was a right vicious spider that was giving folks trouble, and now it's been turned, now that it's been turned about a dozen times worse. They'd be grateful for any assistance. I see, I see. Well done, my friend. Your payment, as promised. Why bother going out and pestering the small folk for news when you can employ others to do it for you? Better to devote our precious time to rather more important matters, I say. And owing to my winning strategy, we may now depart for Amarang and the delightfully named Samuel's backbone. For in pursuing the spider, we may yet find its maker. Alright, more Tsuk. Let's go. I have Twizzlers. Oh, I dropped a Twizzler. Hold on, gotta retrieve the Twizzler. Ah, Twizzler retrieved. Midnight, you cannot eat the Twizzlers. No. No. These are not for you, these are for me. This is certainly the place. I gather those bones once belonged to dear Samuel, but I see no troublesome arachnid. It being a rather large desert, I had considered hiring a few trackers to hasten our search, but I have yet to spy a place where such individuals might congregate. Pity. Ah, nothing for it but to roll up our proverbial sleeves and do the dirty work ourselves. Shall we split up and search the sands for the sin-eater spider? Whoever finds it first may have the honor of slaying it themselves. And should we not find it, well, after we both have searched for a suitable length of time, I say we meet back here. Let the hunt begin. Alright, let's go search for a sin-eater. You survey the surrounding sands, but find no trace of the spider you seek. Alright, not here. And there's the wall of flood. Look at that thing. Oh, there it is. I see you peeking into chat. Hello. Oh, hello. This isn't a spider, this is a scorpion. Oh gosh. There we go. Not too Louie. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Okay. That's good to hear. It's a good game. It's a really fun game. There she is, the Scourge of Norvrant, the Devourer of Souls, Balam Quist. We bring this merc down, they'll be singing ballads about us till the end of time. Never mind the king's bounty. Hells, we could even buy ourselves a couple castles apiece. Flanking maneuver, as discussed. Wait for my signal, and we'll strike as one. Damn it, she's onto us. Don't panic, we planned for this. We'll act as decoys while Render Ray brings her down. Go, go! Wait, not yet! There's no need to rush this. I started playing this game on and off somewhere back in 2.0 myself. Sod it, always so headstrong. And the fact that I kept coming back to the game, I think, speaks in itself for how good this game is. Bugger me, my head, I can't. What I'm currently playing through right now is a role quest for Shadowbringers. The DPS role quest, to be specific, the range/melee DPS. No. No! Come back here! Finish it, you bloody bastard! Finish me! I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I'll not let it end like this. I promise. I'll kill a goddamn beast if it's the last thing I do. Yeah, this is the 3rd expansion. The current one is the 4th, which is Endwalker. This is the expansion before Endwalker. Hey, what was that just now? I've had headaches before, but the way you were thrashing about wasn't like anything I've ever felt. By the gods, and I thought we were lucky just to catch a glimpse of Andrea. But you're also telling me you're granted a vision of her past with this power of yours. Though, 2 warriors killed while hunting a great horned beast. A beast their surviving companion vows to slay in revenge. I have heard this tale before, I know it. It is a common enough sort of tale, I suppose. And regardless, she is gone. Come, let us return to the Crystarium and celebrate your accomplishment. This game has been out for... The base game, which was the original Final Fantasy XIV, came out somewhere over 10 years ago, and then they revamped it, completely redid it, and turned it into A Realm Reborn. A Realm Reborn, they thought was going to be the endpoint for Final Fantasy XIV. They didn't expect it to become as popular as it did. And then, because it did, they kept going, they kept adding to the story through the post Realm Reborn patches, and then they came out with Heaven's Word. Yeah. And they came out with Heaven's Word, the post Heaven's Word patches, and Stormblood, the post Stormblood patches, Shadowbringers, which is what I'm currently doing, the post Shadowbringers patches, and now Endwalker. Sightseeing log! No, I'm getting this. Nice. The Red Sarai. This Amara Ruse was established by Crystarium merchants plying their trade in Almarang. Tucked within the foreboding walls of Kaiser Charles, the waypoint and its stockpiled goods will are well protected from both predators and windblown sands. Why am I trying to run back? I can just teleport back. It's my free teleport place. Let's go back. Let's just teleport. My eldest brother actually played the original version, the original 1.0, before it became A Realm Reborn. And I remember him talking about it and talking about like how kind of bad it was and how frustrating the game could be. And then they brought the servers down and then put it back up. And I remember him just kind of dragging me down into his room, turning on his PS3, putting the PS3 controller in my hand, and just going, "Hey, this game's good now. You should play it." and so that's how I started playing this game myself. Because my brother is a huge nerd and decided I would like this game, and he was not wrong. I love this game. The table is set, and so I bid you raise a glass with me, that together we might toast your particular accomplishment. There's nothing quite like a hearty meal after a job well done. Drink up, my friend, drink up. How'd you feel? I have another few bottles ready and waiting to be opened. No? Oh, very well if you insist. It occurs to me, my good woman, that I have yet to ask you your name. You'd never asked me my name until now! Oh my god, where is your brain? So quickly did we forge our friendship that I hardly noticed until now. Kaharu Oro. Reek and Kaharu. Yes, I rather like the sound of that. Reek and Kaharu, the daring duo. The brave bounty hunters, the scourge of sin eaters. Once we have slain Andrea, not a soul in Novrand will not know our names. They shall ring out across the realm. Should I dwell over much on the victory before the struggle? A wise hunter is prepared and patient. 'Twould be prudent to send double, nay, triple the agents afield to seek out promising new leads. If I didn't know any better, I can words. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're a gillionaire. If it's the... What level quest is it? Is it like very low level? Because if it's the quest I'm thinking of, you have to buy the level 5 gear and equip that. Level 1. Which quest is it? Worried about the budget of our brave endeavor? Well, don't be. I am prepared to fund our activities as needed. No expense shall be spared. None whatsoever. Because I know I know there are certain quests that require certain things to be done. Gridanian. Momenton? I might not have that quest because I might have started in a different starting city than you. That's also another problem. Yeah, depending on where you started, you get different quests to go through the story with. This particular character, I started in Gridania, because she was a conjurer when she first started. And as you can see, she's not a conjurer currently. She is a dancer while I go through this. There she is. Kaharu, come to rejoin her bosom companion in the great hunt. What? Lancer. Lancer is a fun class. It gets a lot more fun once you hit level 30 and it turns into Dragoon. I actually started playing this game as a Dragoon, believe it or not. It is well that you have, for I have obtained new information concerning a sighting of Andrea on Colusia. The fiend has transformed yet another deadly mark, a great bear in this instance, into an even deadlier eater. And so it falls to Reik and Kaharu to slay the newborn eater and continue the pursuit of Norvrand's most notorious virtue, to Colusia and to glory. Yeah. Although there is a reason why they are called floor tanks. I'm just gonna say that. It used to be their they are still animation locked for some of their abilities, but the animation lock doesn't take as long as it did, which would often kill people. I've had that happen to me before. And also with one particular ability, Elusive Jump, and that just makes you jump backwards. But if you're not careful about it, and you're not paying attention to where some of the edges of some arenas are, because there are some arenas you can fall off, you might just end up jumping off the edge of that arena. So be very, very careful when using Elusive Jump. Off to right. Just be aware of what arenas you can fall off of what areas do not have that invisible wall, and you should be okay with Elusive Jump. Let us brook no further delay and commence our search, separately as before in Almarang. If you catch the eater first, I will grant you leave to kill it without me. I trust you will not be disappointed if the reverse were to occur? Surely not, surely not. I myself will be, for the most part, brain work. I myself will be most put out if I happen to lose to you a second time. And so, on that note, may the best hunter win. Yeah, thankfully they've kind of... It is a good way to... I myself tend to just kind of focus on the story, the MSQ quests. But doing all the side quests is a good way to level up quick, and it is also a good way to get gear, because some of the side quests actually do give you gear pertaining to your level, or pertaining to the level those side quests are. You survey the surroundings, but find no trace of the bear you seek. And if you look here, you can see I've kind of done all the side quests myself, just so my map's not cluttered with quest icons. Except for this one, because I have to be a crafter to do this one, and I don't craft. So, that one's not getting done. Cat, do not step on my headphone cord. There you go. There it is. Bear! Despite looking far and wide, you failed to find any trace of the bear you seek. Perhaps Lurik was indeed the better hunter this day. I know there's some people that only do certain side quests to get the flying ability and the expansions. Though you can, as you can see, I'm currently flying. You can fly in this game. You have to collect ether currents, which you cannot unlock until Heaven's Word, and then you have to do specific quests to obtain some of those currents as well. For A Realm Reborn, though, you automatically get it once you've completed A Realm Reborn. Like, you get it as soon as you hit post Realm Reborn. So you don't have to worry about getting Ether Currents until you hit Heavensward. Hate to say it, Gaharu, but it seems we're late to the party. Ladbird and his mate slew the bear before we could. So it's true then. You've cast your lot in with the boy. You poor daft sod. But I don't understand. The Eater was newborn. How could you possibly have learned of it and gotten here before we did? Well, see, that's the problem with relying on hired help. The loyalty to the coin, but not you. And you're not the only one willing to open his purse. But more importantly, Reek, what's this I hear about you hunting Andrea? With help, I mean, rather than all by your lonesome. I have a distinct memory of you storming off in a huff saying you didn't need me or anyone else to finish the job. Tell me I'm wrong. Do as you like, help or no, you've no chance of beating me to the prize. Cause unlike you, I'm not all talk, and neither are me mates. Speaking of mates, how much did it cost you to buy her friendship? Do tell. Piss off, Landbird. Why are you still here? You got your mark, didn't you? You should choose your friends more carefully, sinner. When it all goes wrong, don't say I didn't warn you. That dude's an ass. You have questions, I am sure. As you have surmised, Landbird was once a comrade of mine. I took him into my service so he might hone our skills battling Seniors in preparation for facing Andrea. However, I soon came to see that he was not all that capable of a hunter, and so I dissolved our working relationship. Unfortunately, he did not take it in stride, and instead resolved to recruit new companions that he might beat me at my own game. It would seem that his fortunes have improved greatly of late, so much so that I fear we can no longer afford to dedicate time tracking lesser eaters and must devote our undivided attention in the pursuit of Andrea. As such, we should be getting back to the Crystarium, but before we depart, I have one other matter to attend to in Gilmore. If I might trouble you to accompany me? Ah, but of course you will. Let us be off. If I recall and well correctly, you had to do a lot of very specific things to unlock flying. Which is why I never did, because I just found it too stupid. But in here, once you have the ability to unlock flying, you just kind of have to go around collecting ether currents. Of course, in certain areas, like in Calusia, you can see how it's divided. You can kind of see on the map here how it's all divided. In certain areas like this, you can only get half the ether currents at first because you only have the first half of the map unlocked. And then once you come back for later in the MSQ, you can get the rest of the ether currents. And where is it? Where is logs? No, travel. Ether currents. And if you look here, you only need to do 4 side quests because you automatically get an ether current with the MSQ, which is these gold things up here, and then the green ones are the ether currents you need to get. You actually have to go out and find. So it's actually not it's not terribly difficult to get these ether currents, especially since for Heavensward, Stormblood, and Shadowbringers they cut down the ether currents you needed from 10 to 4. Although for the Endwalker areas you still need to find 10 of them, because newer content. But of course, this character is not in Endwalker, therefore I do not have any of the ether currents there. And I am still missing the last area of Shadowbringers. Alright, let's go Yomor. Boop. Boop. It doesn't cost you anything to unlock the ether currents. You just have to get to a certain... You just have to, for a Realm Reborn, complete the MSQ. So you're in post-Realm Reborn, and then in Heavensward get to a certain quest, and then you can start unlocking the ether currents. I hate this place. Kaharu, allow me to introduce you to my father and mother. Father, this is my traveling companion and dear friend, Kaharu. She and I have resolved to hunt a particularly deadly Sin Eater. Indeed, I cannot overstate how terribly dangerous the Sin Eater is. That to pursue it is to court death itself. However, when we at last triumph over the fiend, all of Novrand shall sing our praises. Won't that be wonderful, Father? So long as you do not sully our good name, you are free to hunt whatever quarry you desire. I can do without the petty details. Now then, how much do you require this time? Out with it. Oh, never mind. Just give the boy my coin purse, would you? I'm sure it will suffice for his trivial pursuits. That is why you're here, is it not? Another handout? Don't play coy. You've never been any good at it. You know, I honestly don't know why I came here. Keep your coin, Father. We're leaving Kaharu. Right now. Let's not stay in the strip club any longer than we have to. I don't like it here. And yes, that was in fact a strip club. Hi Briar, how you doing? Ow! Midnight claws, no. Claws hurt. I don't know. But so far, thankfully, that's the only one in this game, and you don't have to go into it until Shadowbringers. Hey, Gia, bye, Gia. Forgive me, Kaharu, but I would forgo the one on this occasion. Father's lackluster reception has put me in rather dour spirits. As you may have gathered from our exchange, I am a free citizen of Yomor. Owing to my parents' considerable wealth, I have enjoyed a relatively privileged upbringing. Privileged and unbearably boring, which is why I quit the city and resolved to become a bounty hunter. I am no fool, though. I am well aware of my fortunate circumstances, which is why I elect to conceal them from the people of the Cristeria. People are wont to jump to uncharitable conclusions. I feel as though you and I have established a rapport, though, and so I thought it best to bring you into my confidence. I pray you refrain from telling others. Now then, since Lambert has decided to turn this into a race, we have no choice but to oblige him and slay Andrea before he does. This calls for a veritable army of hired hands. Alas, in a fit of frustration, I refused Father's coin. Without additional resources, we have no choice but to conduct the search by ourselves. Moreover, I am rather embarrassed to admit that I can only pay you a token sum at this time, but I trust that will not deter you from joining me anon? I was never in this for the guild. Really? I mean, of course you weren't. Perish the thought. Oh, poor boy. Poor boy. Yeah, you tend to, especially with the early levels, you tend to level up in this game pretty fast. Gaharu, my friend, thank the gods you're here. Ever since we parted ways, I've been exhausting myself running all over the Crystarium, questioning anyone and everyone, hoping someone might have seen Andrea, but alas. So you haven't gone outside, even for a bit. Well, of course. Surely this is the limit of what a man with meager financial resources can accomplish? But never mind all that, for it but recently dawned on me that the vision you beheld of Renda Ray's past could hold the clues for which we have desperately been searching. When you first described it to me, I felt as though I had heard it before, and I had. My wet nurse had told me the exact same story when I was still a boy. It was a tale of a courageous hunter who together with her comrades, embarked on a quest to slay a notorious mark, a great horned beast. They came upon the quarry in a desert, and there attempted to lay it low. Alas, the beast had a singular strength, and the hunter had a fatal weakness, and so the ensuing struggle, her comrades were killed, leaving her, the sole survivor, to swear vengeance. Would you not agree that your vision is a perfect match for this tale? Yes, it is. Then there can be no doubt. Renda Ray is a celebrated hunter, the hero I so admired in my childhood. After that tragic day, the hunter resolved not to rely upon others and instead slew the beast by herself. She somehow found a way to compensate for her weakness. Anyway, my recollection of the tale is likely riddled with errors. We should ask Miss Olvara to recount it in full. She was a bounty hunter herself before she entered into our service, you know. Also, in light of all this, I should share with you an interesting theory concerning all the virtues I have heard from a fellow hunter. Apparently, each appears to be driven by particular memories, moments that forever changed each of these fallen heroes. Makes sense, doesn't it? Renda Ray becoming a hunter of notorious marks in life and death. I don't know why it never occurred to me before. But if that is indeed the reason for why she behaves as she does, then the more we learn about Renda Ray's adventures, the better our chances of predicting where she'll turn up. All the more reason to go and see my former wet nurse. Miss Alvara lives in Gate Town on Calusia. Let's be off then. Alright, back to Calusia we go. Nope. It's not gonna cost me that much, so I'm not gonna use an Etherite ticket. Whee! Don't ask me how chocobos fly. They just do. Here we are. They are too godlike. Yes, let's go with that. Gaharu, this is Miss Alvara, the wet nurse who raised me for practically the entirety of my childhood. She was bonded to my family and lived with us in the city at the time, but when I came of age, she was forced to leave. My, you've grown into such a strapping young man. But I can't imagine you came to Gate Town just to pay me a visit, little Reek. Not in front of her, if you please. But to answer your question, we did in fact come to see you. There were stories you told me as a child of a courageous hunter. Was that hunter perchance the warrior of light, Renda Ray? Of all the reasons you could have had. Aye, those stories were of Renda Ray, the greatest bounty hunter of her day, the legend so many aspired to become. Less so after the flood. It was so fresh in everyone's minds when I was younger, and for all the good they had done in life, none could deny the chaos they sowed in death, as sin-eaters. But despite all of that, me and my mates still looked up to her. We knew all her feats and swore to preserve them, in secret if need be. that she might inspire future generations as she had ours. So years and years later, when you wanted to hear tales of adventure and heroism, I couldn't help but share with you the ones nearest and dearest to my heart. I only wish I hadn't had to change all the names. Oh, that's it. Yeah, sometimes you have to choose an item to turn in a quest because it's like, okay, you have a choice of this item or this item. Which one do you want? It's okay. You're new. You're still learning. It's okay. Then it's true. The hero who I looked up to as a child, whose tales of daring do drove me to take up the bow, as you had, to pester you for training that I might become a bounty hunter. It was her. Miss Elvira, Caro and I are hunting Andrea that we believe that one of the stories you shared with me may help guide our search. Namely, the one about the great horned beast that killed our friends. Will you tell it to me again? Wicked White, is that? Oh, my little reek. Very well. Even as a young hunter, Renda Ray's incredible hearing was unparalleled. She could track a quarry through a forest by the most minute sounds of their passing, from miles away even, by some accounts. Even the most subtle and stealthy beasts would never eluded her for long. A misplaced foot, a snapped branch. Eventually, Renda Ray would know, and her aim was always good and true. As she grew older and honed her skills further, she set her eyes on bigger prizes. She became a hunter of notorious marks, and together with her comrades, earned fame and fortune. As her reputation swelled, so too did their egos. Only the most dangerous game would suffice, and so they resolved to hunt the scourge of Novrand, the devourer of souls, Balam Quits. But what Renda Ray did not realize was that her greatest strength would prove her undoing. For when she faced Balam Quits, the beast roared with such a force that it brought her to her knees. Helpless, she could only watch as it claimed the lives of her beloved comrades and fled. After burying the hunters and vowing that she would one day avenge them, she took to the road once more. She met Ardbert and his fellow warriors of light, and for a time she accompanied the fledgling heroes on their adventures. To them, she was a breath of fresh air. A vibrant young woman who savored every moment and found joy in the simple pleasures. They knew naught of her fallen friends or how their deaths weighed heavy upon her still. The party wandered the realm, performing many great deeds and growing ever stronger, as did Renda Ray. While in Calusia, she even devised a means to defend against the powerful war that had been her downfall that fateful day. And then, while engaged in an adventure in Raktika, a rumor reached Renda Ray's ears. Balam Quit's Scourge of Novrand, devourer of souls, had been spotted wandering the Sisida swamps. 'Twas a golden opportunity, but to seize it would be to face the beast alone. She could not wait for Ardbert and the others, nor could she ask that they forsake their sworn duty. There are mounts that you can use to go around quicker on by foot, yes. Although you cannot get them until after you've chosen a grand company, so you have to have done about the level 20 MSQ quests. It takes a while, but once you have a mount, they're so fast. But perhaps it was just as well, for the memory of her defeat still haunted her. The courageous hunter had allowed a single fear to take root in her heart, the fear of losing her new companions as she had her old. Yeah. So it was that Renda Ray ventured forth in secret, resolved to slay her hated foe, Balam Quiz, alone. And with all his strength and guile, the legendary hunter did just that. Vengeance claimed she rejoined Arbor and the others and never spoke of the terrible battle twixt her and the dread beast. From that day forward, she was Renda Ray, the warrior of light, and the deeds of her and her comrades would be celebrated forevermore. It's strange to think that the woman I admired when I was young would become a sin eater I swore to slay. What she became doesn't change who she was. Even if the tales were a little embellished over the years, they were rooted in truth. She was and will always be a hero to me, and to you, I hope. Thank you, Miss Elvira, for everything. I promise I will visit you again soon. So, Kaharu, remember that theory I told you before about the virtues being driven by powerful memories? If Andrea is reenacting the journey leading up to her confrontation with Balam Quiz, the one that took her from Amarang to Calusia, then her next destination must be Rocktika Greatwood. Right, that is where she laid low the beast at last, in the Ciceta swamps to be precise. And so, that is where we shall go. Let us away. Now listen, Reek. There's an awful lot of people don't know about Renda Ray, or the world for that matter. So wherever you go and whatever you see, just remember not to take it at face value. Don't just accept what others tell you as good and true. Listen to your heart and decide for yourself, and be safe. Kaharu, was it? It is such a pleasure to meet a friend of Reek's. His parents never hesitated to provide him all the wealth and opportunities they could. But when it came to love and support, well, all I can say is that it is a miracle that boy turned out as well as he did. One can never have too many friends or too much support. That goes for you as well, I should think. Yep. And of course, you can see I have a few different mounts that I've collected over my course of playing this game. Well, playing this character, but the first mount you get is your company chocobo, which is what I currently have. And of course, once you have your company chocobo at level 30, you can train it as well. So you can have your chocobo out following you around. And you can change their appearance. I need to dye my chocobo a different color at some point. It's still just yellow. My chocobo is still just yellow. I have not dyed its feathers. I should do that at some point. But yeah, once you reach level 30, you can train your chocobo so you can actually have it out and fighting with you, so long as you have Gaishel Greens. It's kind of neat. I like it. Where am I going? Rocktika. I got distracted by chocobos and forgot where I was supposed to be going. Is that you, Stola? Oh my god, it's Stola. Briar, I found you, Stola. Oh my god. Yeah. Alright, where's the boy? Oh, I know what instance this is! Okay, so you see this like little glowy thing around Lurik? If you see anything that has this little glowy circle around it, that means it's a single person instance. Which means you get to do fighty things in it. When I was little, Miss Elvira seemed so much bigger and stronger than me. Though, to be perfectly honest, the way she carries herself even now bespeaks a confidence I cannot help but envy. But never mind that, we have a virtue to hunt. Let's commence our search at once, and keep your weapons at the ready, my friend. Although this one in particular is a little bit different from the ones that you would normally see. And you are about to see why. Yeah. It takes a while to get the rest of your abilities, but that's okay. About time our luck took a turn for the better. There she is. And it's also a little bit dumb that some of your abilities throughout A Realm Reborn and Heavensward are locked behind class quests. They stopped doing that from Stormblood onward, though, which is really good. Because then you don't have to keep going back to doing your class quests. Just drop everything when you level up so you can go unlock a new ability. What? Now? Oh, you got to be kidding me. Look, I don't control this power, dude. It just happens. I wish you were all here with me, but I know it's better that you're not. We've escorted Settle, you bloody bastard. And this time, I'm ready for your tricks. So, as you can see for this instance, instead of playing as my character Kaharu, I'm playing as Rendere. Ah, Dulling Arrow. Okay. Oh. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Gotcha! Big cat. Big cat. That really didn't do much. Yeah, normally for these little instances, you play as your character fighting against whatever the instance is. But there are times, like for this instance, I am currently Rendere. I am not my character, I am Rendere. So you can see I do not have any of my character's abilities because Rendere is not the class my character is. So I get to play around with some of Archer abilities. Oh, I forgot to shoot it. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Ow. Gotcha. Although you won't start seeing instances like this until somewhere in post-Stormblood. Yeah, my HP is on life support, but that's okay. I'm still alive! And I can do this again. There we go. One good thing I appreciate about playing Rendere is I can just continuously move around and still attack. That's definitely one thing I like about the ranged DPS. They can still move and attack at the same time. Oh, I should not be standing in that. Come on. Do your roar. Come on. Come on. Dear. Up. Artbert! Artbert! Oh, Brandon! Yay! And there's the others. Oh, it turned blue. It turned blue. Okay. Oh, okay, spread out. I know, I love Hartford so much. Oh, get in, get in, get in. Oh, Albert, 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 Albert. Yep, we got the whole crew, right? We got Sofa, Brandon, Arbor, Lamette, Nalbert, and Renderay. Oh god, no, 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 no. Ah! Ah, I shot that off a bit too late. That's okay, that's okay. Thanks, Brandon. Yeah, it was great. Oh god, oh god! Oh lord! This didn't get fun. Come on, you're at 15%. I'm trying! On! Come on, 5%! Come on! Got him! The cat is dead. Tough old bugger. Everyone alright? Albert, I I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry for trying to go it alone. And why, pray tell, did you even try to do something so foolish? If we'd been here from the first, it wouldn't have been anything even approaching a challenge. Back in the day, I was a bounty hunter. I've told you that much. But I haven't told you about my old partners. Together, we tracked and claimed countless notorious marks throughout Northrant. We were the best in the business. Everyone knew our names and our reputation. They called us legends. And somewhere along the line, we started to believe it too. And then we set our sights on Balam Quids. I survived. They didn't. I swore vengeance, but had no idea how to go about pursuing it. And then I met you lot and thought maybe, with your help, I might just have a fighting chance. So you see, I never intended to keep it all a secret. It's just, you never asked, and since I'd rather not talk about it. Easier to live in the moment, you know? The next town, the next job. The weeks flew by, and after a time I started having second thoughts. I'd lost those closest to me before. I didn't want to live through that again. Are we or are we not comrades, through thick and thin? These bonds of fellowship between us must come before all else, otherwise they may not well exist. You say the thought of losing us pains you? What of our feelings? What of our loss? What if we had not arrived when we did? You saved our lives more times than I can count. How dare you refuse to let us do the same? And without those keen ears of yours, I'll never know what bollocks Brandon and Albert are whispering about me behind my back. And ignorance is not bliss, let me tell you. That's how you know they're good friends. This one's worth a fortune, aye? And fame besides. I wish we won't have to pay for our drinks when we get back into town. Oh god, it's not another night to remember. Don't worry your pretty head over our fearless leader's questionable constitution. Take pride in the victory, for the small folk will sleep easy once they hear of Balam Quiz's demise, until Artbert's drunken snoring wakes them from their slumber. And on that note, I think it's time we quit this place. Arundere, I trust that the next time you decide to hunt deadly game, you'll do us the courtesy of extending us an invitation. And here I thought I was doing you a favor by keeping you out of my personal affairs, selfish as it was. Oh, fine. But if you go and die on me, I'll pay a necromancer to raise you from the dead so I can kill you out of spite. Agreed. Now then, mind cutting off whatever it is you need to take back as proof of the kill? I don't want to lose our reward on a technicality. Crystal! Such a fine crystal. Why not hold on to it as a memento of this occasion? Wake up, damn you! Hello? What's wrong with you, huh? That's the second time your so-called gift has cost us the chance of slaying Andrea. You know what? I've had enough. Enough, I say. Yes, I don't need your help. I am perfectly capable of hunting the Sin Eater on my own. Good luck with that. Upon our return to Gate Town, you will be given your final payment, and we will be free to go our separate ways. Yes. Look, I can't help when the echo decides to kick in and yeet me into the past, okay? Honestly, I don't know why I ever placed my faith in you. You are such a disappointment. Consider this a formal dissolution of our partnership. Let none ever again speak the names of Rick and Kaharu in the same breath. Yes, never again. And with that, I bid you good day. When he was little, Rick's parents punished him for a time by withholding his allowance. Without money to lavish on his friends, he soon found that many were only drawn to him by his wealth. I dare say he feared that you would abandon him as they did, and decided to push you away first. I'm not trying to make excuses for what he said. I only hope you can find it in your heart to forgive him. Take some time to think it over, then come see me. Oh, and take this for your troubles. Chocobo, excuse me? I did not ask for your tail in my face. I am sure a talented woman like yourself is needed all over the realm, and so do I thank you for sparing a moment to hear me out. Since you two parted ways, Reek has come to visit me several times. Though he is blessedly in good health, I worry for his spirits. I think you may have been the only friend he has had for some time. I considered journeying to the Crystarium myself to look in on him, but I find travel rather difficult these days. If you would go in my stead, it would put my heart at ease. Alright, let's go see if we can find him. Up we go. Hey, good job! Lurie's customary seat is empty, and there is nothing to suggest he has occupied it recently. Perhaps someone will have noted his passing. Lurie, the Mr. Lordling. If he ain't sat at his usual table, then I have no idea where else to look. Okay. Looking for Master Reek, are we? I dare say you're the only one. God damn it, Briar. Word is Mummy and Daddy cut him off, so there's no point in pretending like the little shite to like the little shite anymore. Last I saw him, he was moping about like someone had shot his Amaro. Oh, I'm sure he'll turn up eventually. And take a boop. Take a boop. Really? Just take a pet, Briar. Clucia, right? You're Lou Reek's partner. I was Landbird, remember? I ought to stress, because after we left you, we headed straight to Roktika. We heard a rumor Andrea was there, and Landbird wanted to strike while the iron was hot. By the time we realized we were overmatched, it was too late. I saw Landbird fall, and when the Eater set her sights on the others, I fled. Call me a coward if you like, but my cowardice saved my life. Wicked White, I still remember looking back as I ran and seeing Landbird rise to his feet. I told everyone what had happened, to warn them off the hunt. Some listened, but a few bloody fools took up their weapons and joined the hunt. Glory-hungry imbeciles. And not a one of them has returned. Didn't expect Lou Reek to be one of them neither. I remember thinking it odd, especially when I saw him leave for Roktika alone. You're meeting him there, I presume? Good luck, friend. But have no doubt that you're going to your doom. That's ominous. Hey Zon, how you doing? Pony. I have my evil unicorn. Yeah. Alright, where is he? Oh, there he is. Well, you okay, honey? Oh, you didn't have a good night's sleep? Karu? Why are you here? Don't tell me you came for me. It's terrible. It's horrible. Andrea, she's... Ooh. That's not enough sleep, Zon. Rendere, if aught of you remains, then hearken to my words. I have come to lay your soul to rest, alone, as you yourself faced Balam Quids a century ago on this very ground. Lambert? Oh gods, no. Don't tell me. You beheld a vision of my past just now, didn't you? I thought as much. It wasn't but a moment ago that I confronted them. Awfully useful trick of yours, though I can't understand why you kept using it every time we ran into Andrea. I can't control when it happens. Huh? So it wasn't something you did deliberately? Good to know. Anyway, unintentional or not, at least I won't have to convince you of what I saw. She turned Lambert into and those other hunters into sinews like herself. A Hume axeman, a Galchid swordsman, a dwarven healer, and elven mage. Looked awfully familiar, didn't it? She's rebuilding her fellowship. She's remaking the Warriors of Light. But for the life of me, I can't understand why. I mean, I understand why she came here in the first place. She's reliving the hunt of Balam Quids. But Rendere slew the beast by herself. The stories were clear about that. Actually, she didn't! What? They were there too? Then the stories were wrong? God, strike me down. I've been such a fool. Why did I ever think I could do this alone? I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive all the things I said, Kaharu. I've regretted my behavior since the day we parted ways. It was stupid and nonsensical and utterly pointless. I'm not sure I could even tell you why I did that. It's fine. Water under the bridge. Let's go hunt a Sin Eater! Thank you, my friend. I hope it is alright if I call you that. Right then. Andrea should be around here somewhere. Still on the hunt for Balam Quids, I expect. Not that she'll ever find it. No doubt Lambert and the others are with her too. He and I may have had our differences, but I'd not wish that fate on my worst enemy. He deserves to be laid to rest. They all do. Rendere most of all. She is my hero, and if I have to kill her to save her soul, then so be it. But this is too much for even the best hunter to handle alone, and I am far from the best. The only way to see this through is together. You and me, my friend. What say you? Well, duh, this is why I'm doing this in the first place. Ha! I asked for a word and you give me a nod. Fair enough. Before we resume the hunt in Urso, let us return to Gate Town and let Miss Elvira know all is well. After all, you wouldn't have come unless she sent you. You're right on that front. Alright, back to Gate Town. I can't teleport there, so I gotta use the closest aetheryte. That's okay, because I can fly. Whee! Sightseeing log, yes! Right, a farming village on the south reaches of Calusia. The residents of Fright have refused the largest of Yormor, preferring instead to subsist upon barley, vegetables, and other crops cultivated through the time-honored methods. Their independence cost them dearly, however, when the appearance of a stray Sin Eater ended in unspeakable slaughter. Ooh. Ooh dear. Ooh dear. Coming back on my lap, Mr. Midnight. Alright. Alright. Kaharu, what a pleasure to see you again, and in the company of little Reek, no less. Am I right in assuming you've patched things up? I should like to think so, yes. And it is all thanks to you. Had you not implored her to give me another chance, I might as well still be sitting alone in the swamps, dwelling on my myriad failings. And you, my friend, I don't know why you sought her out on your own, but I am glad that you did. Miss Elvira is perhaps the only person who truly cares for my well-being, but she has no one to look after her. Don't be silly, Reek. I have you, don't I? And before you start blabbering about how you wish you could properly reward Kaharu, as I can tell you're about to, know that I prepared a hearty meal just for her. Oh, that's very thoughtful of you. Nevertheless, I shall see you both duly compensated once we have claimed the bounty for Andrea. And claim it we shall, for united Reek and Kaharu are unstoppable. Is what I would like to say, but I know my own limitations better than anyone. 'Twould be prudent to make proper preparations at this juncture. You two should see that you are ready for the struggle ahead. It will be a mighty one indeed, but one well worth the effort, my friend. You don't get the chocobo until after you've been given the option to select your grand company, which happens after you complete the first trial somewhere around the level 20 MSQ. You may be well past level 20 by the time you hit that because of how fast you can level up. But for the MSQ itself, it's somewhere around the level 20 MSQs. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunately going to be a while until you can get your chocobo. Taharu, my friend, my partner, I trust you are ready? Good, good. That is very good indeed. For before we depart to face Andrea for what I pray is the final time, I have a confession to make. Yeah, you level up very, very quickly through Arama Born, Heavensward, Stormblood, and all that now, but the MSQ still does take time to get through, unfortunately. Especially considering how much... Yeah, it goes... You going through the introduction, which is the everywhere in your starting area, and then going to the other two city-states to unlock those areas, and then you have to do the first 3 dungeons, and then you are freed. And then you kind of start going into the quests that lead into the first trial, and then after that, you can get your chocobo. I may have been somewhat misleading when I intimidated the tremendousness of my martial prowess. Intimidated? What? In truth, it rather pales in comparison to yours. Do tell. You must be terribly crestfallen, I am sure. It is my deepest regret that I allowed you to labor under the misapprehension that we are equals for so long. In my defense, I must say that when I realized what an exceedingly powerful warrior you truly are, I was dumbstruck. I struggled to conceive of how even to broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit that great majority, nay, all of our efforts to hone our skills in preparation for the battle to come, have been entirely for my benefit, that the disparity between us might not be so readily apparent. To think that my insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. In my cowardice, I allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers. Where before we might have only had to contend with one foe, we must now confront 5. And for all my preparation, I am still no more likely to be an asset to you than a hindrance. Now perhaps that need not be the case. In discussing this grim reality with Ms. Olvara while you are away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. You recall your Rendere's greatest strength and weakness, her pre-natural hearing. We can be reasonably certain that Andrea is possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you were to fashion a device that could produce a loud noise at will, you could use it to secure an advantage in the battle. What I lack in strength of arms, I make up for with guile. While it may not guarantee us victory, it will surely bring us one step closer. Okay. A thousand pardons, Master Reek, but I am come to deliver a message from your Lord Father. Daddy? What does he want with me now? It has come to your Lord Father's attention that you have acquitted yourself rather poorly as a bounty hunter, and have brought terrible shame upon your family name. He commands you to cease all such activities at once and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you will be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further financial assistance will be provided. Oh dear. You may tell my father and my mother the following, that I am Lou Reek, proud bounty hunter, slayer of sin eaters, that I have no intention of renouncing this cause, and that they are free to do as they as they deem fit. Tell them that if they have no son, then I have no parents, and that I have no family save Miss Alvara, who has shown me more love than they ever have. Very good, Master Rake. I shall deliver your reply to them at once. Right. Now that that's settled, we can get to work crafting that giant noisemaker of ours. Let's consult the craftsman of the crystalline mean at once. I dare say you lit a fire in him, Kaharu. I never thought I'd see the day when he'd muster the courage to say anything like that to his parents. Alright, back to the Crystarium. My free teleport! Is this... Ethernet... No! I'm not going to do that, Zahn! What's all this then? You got something what needs making? Indeed I do, good sir. I wish to commission the production of a device that can generate a tremendously loud sound. It must be small and light enough to be carried by a single individual as well. Ain't one the stranger request I've heard. Well, if it's just noise you want, then I'd wager I could make do with a special blend of fire scent. I think I've got just the recipe for your needs. I'll need some choice ingredients, mind, and you'll need to go and fetch them for me. Fetch? What precisely is it that you require? Well, there's this one particular beastie native to Calusia who's got a singular diet and leaves these massive dung piles. The fresher the better, if it please. A few varieties of grasses native to Raktika. Oh, and some iron ore from Amarang. I can give you a list if you like. To which, I will need to travel to the far corners of Norvrent and back? Oh dear, this is rather more involved than I... No more excuses. I will do whatever must needs be done to see this through to the end. My friend, I will not impose these tasks upon you. I insist that you remain here while I go and fetch the required materials. Ooh, that boy! That boy got a fire lit in him. What would be the closest ether? The pendants? The pendants. Maybe. Oh, nope, that's not the map. Down here. Courage born of fear. It was a series of surprisingly harrowing experiences, but in the end I managed to obtain the materials necessary for the construction of my secret weapon. That gentleman was rather accommodating. Despite being somewhat put out that I had not any guilt to pay him for his labor, he was nevertheless willing to teach me how to craft the arrows myself. He said he found my industriousness endearing. I must confess, despite being utterly exhausted by all the busy work, it has been somewhat refreshing. And now that my noisemaker arrows are ready, I cannot wait to put them to the proof. If all goes to plan, the explosion should be loud enough to incapacitate Andrea for a time. Let us put an end to her tale, my friend, and in doing so, write the opening of ours. That of Reek and Kaharu, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Come, Raktika and Gloria wait. Alright, Raktika, let's go. Whee! Here we are. Another instance. If I may make one small request before we begin, please, for the love of the gods, try not to succumb to any visions of people's pasts. This really could not be a worse time. Look, I can try, but I can't control it. There they are. Well, are you still with me in the here and the now? Excellent. Then we can attend to the task at hand without worry. Let us lay to rest our fellow hunters and grant Rander Ray the peace a hero deserves. Yeah, I keep adjusting Kaharu's card as well, honestly. Okay, be my dance partner. Did she really just hiss? Okay, we want to take out the healer first. Always the healer. Of course they're defending her. Whoops. I can't see! Okay, got the healer. Down the warrior. Well, I'm not a tank. I can't take their attention off of you. Run, Reek, run! Okay, let's do a technical step. Oh, Reek, no! For grace. For grace? No? Okay. Warrior's down. Just leave the mage. Rule of thumb, always get rid of the healers first. Because they are just annoying. Gotcha. Got it.
You're not hitting anybody with that attack. I hope you realize this. Wow! Technical stab. Ah! Help! Help! Thank you. I'm alright. You just pulled me with your involts. Okay, you need to heal yourself, my friend. That is almost down. Almost. Actually uses my dash ability. Now it's left is round array. Wow, she yelled me 3. Good lord. Almost. I see it. Thank you. Come on. Oh god. Almost. Gotcha. We won. Even seeing it and saying it, it hardly feels real. Huh? What's that you got there? Wicked White, you're... You're Renderay. The real Renderay. I should have never betrayed your trust. Never again, I swore. Never again. Balam quits, the Shadowkeeper, the Flood. Come what may, we face it together, no matter how hard it got or how terrified I was. That's what it means to let someone into your heart, knowing full well that nothing lasts forever. To welcome the fear and the pain, the sorrow. When I lost my parents, when we laid the Keeper low, you felt it too, didn't you? To place our faith in a desperate, hopeless attempt to save everyone, and to see it amount to naught in the end. What else could we do but offer up that tiny remainder for a final, futile effort? Even knowing deep down it was worth but a few moments more. What is this? You gave me fear, and that fear gave me strength. Wait, there's so much I want to ask. I don't understand. What was she talking about? It's not right. It's not fair. Heroes sacrificing themselves for nothing, becoming villains, being forgotten. Thank you, Kaharu. I could never have gotten this far without your help. I had no idea who Renda Ray or any of the Warrior of Light truly were. 'Twas all ancient history to me. Why would I care who some seniors once were? I was no better than my parents, judging them out of hand, dismissing their sacrifice, not bothering to look deeper. It made it all the easier to pursue Andrea for my own amusement. I pray I've made up for it in part by helping lay Renda Ray's soul to rest. Miss Elvira is probably worried sick about us both. We should turn to Calucia and let her know we're alright. I did not know. I didn't know that such a thing was going on, actually. Oops. Here we go. Hello, Elvira. My little Kaharu, congratulations on a job well done. And from one hunter to another, thank you for helping Renda Ray to achieve a measure of peace. She was a hero to me too, and it broke my heart to know what had become of her. A puffer fish on a stick as a war. Are you serious? To have your legacy tarnished so, to have the world call you villain even still. But at least I can take comfort in knowing she can finally enjoy a long rest. Zahn, please show me. I need to see this. Whatever the others may say, we will preserve the truth in story and song. Renda Ray, the bravest hunter there ever was, and more importantly, a true friend to those she held dear. I can only hope to measure up to her example someday. For now, however, I say we return to the Crystarium and raise a glass in celebration. Do I need to repair anything? No, I do not. That is excellent. I do not need to repair my gear. Ha ha ha! Oh my god, it is a pufferfish on a stick! Oh my god, are you serious? That is amazing! A pufferfish on a stick! That is amazing! Andrea's bounty has been paid to us in full, my friend. So come, let us eat, drink, and be merry. I've been meaning to ask ask, Kaharu, but I have the impression you are rather more acquainted with these warriors of light than you've been letting on. What exactly do you know about them? That is so preposterous a tale that I have no choice but to assume it is true. Offering up their lives to first cross the rift, then to halt the flood. Wicked white. It must have taken her so much courage to see it through in those final moments. A courage born not of a desire for glory or dedication to an ideal, but of fear and love for those with whom she had forged unshakable bonds, her comrades. I won't pretend that we have anything even approaching such a powerful connection, but I would like to think that if you were in mortal peril, that I would fly to your side without hesitation. Having said that, if I were tested as Render Ray were, if I were challenged to offer up my life for others, even without even knowing if it would amount to aught, I doubt I could rise to the occasion. I am a child and a fool who knows little of the world. I have been coddled and spoiled, and have only just tasted the bitter fruits of life that you and countless others sup on daily. You're made of sterner stuff, Kaharu, far sterner than me, and that is why I know I can never walk your path. No shame in that. Oh, but there is! I cannot recall a time I have felt happier and more alive than when I traveled with you. But you have countless other journeys ahead of you, don't you? For you are destined for greater challenges, whereas I am suited to rather more pedestrian affairs. Know your limits, Miss Elvira used to say. Meeting her again after all these years, seeing how much older and more frail she's become, made me realize how little time together we have left. She shouldn't have to live out her days living alone in squalor. I have decided it will not be so. I shall return to Calusia and attend to her needs, for I would do my utmost to repay the love and kindness that made me the man I am today. Aw, that's a good boy. Therefore, though it pains me to say it, I fear the celebration must also mark the end, or at the very least a tentative suspension, of the glorious partnership that was Reek and Kaharu, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Should you ever find yourself in Calusia, however, do come by and pay us a visit. There we go. And that was the DPS role quest, which means we just have one more, which means I finally get to go back to being the class I have been playing through Shadowbringers as. Let's go. I can't say I've chatted with you before. Think I'd remember if I had. Seen your fair share of fighting, have you? And worry besides. Rest assured, I've no secret designs. Name's Granson, bounty hunter by trade, mostly sin eaters. When I first laid eyes on you, I had a feeling you were a tough bastard. The sort that must get mistaken for that warrior of darkness folks have been talking about recently. That right? Easy, killer. I couldn't care less for who you are and what you've done. The only thing I'm looking for these days is a like-minded partner. Someone willing to join me in the hunt for the biggest prize this side of Norvrant. Prize, you say? Thought that'd grab your attention. Ooh, okay. Let's see if my brain can understand how this is supposed to be pronounced. Dikasoioisens, the fiend I'm after. One of the so-called cardinal virtues, as folks I want to call them. There are hopes that somehow the death of Vothri and the warriors and the wardens might have put an end to Dikaioisen. But alas, no. It seems the rules that bind other singers don't apply to the virtues. Former warriors of light, these seemed heroes who saved the realm a century ago. Dear old Brandon was one of them, I'm told. Stop me if you've heard this all before. Anyway, like his comrades, Brandon died in the process, only to return relatively recently as a Sin Eater. The better to torment we few who survived their mercy. Needless to say, I aim to put an end to all that. I know. You've heard the pitch, so what's the answer? You interested in hide Dikaioisin with me? Not a whit of hesitation. I like you, sinner. Nevertheless, I'll need you to humor me and prove you're the dab hand I think you are, for my sake as well as yours. I've heard reports of stray eaters drifting close to the Crystarium. Come with me and put my mind to ease. Turn on my tank stance. And away we go. Woo! Out to Lakeland as per usual. You haven't done the others yet? Well, I mean, to be fair, the only one I've done of the Endwalker role quest is the healer one, so... Okay, that is completely fair. Where is he? I think I passed him. Where are you? Oh, there you are! I am blind! There you are. Very good. The Sin Eaters we're after were sighted west of the Answer Gate, so we'll need to be heading through there before we begin our search. Unfortunately, Zahn, I did the healer and mage ones the last time I streamed, so I'm doing the two I haven't done yet, which are the physical range DPS and the tank ones. Oh, and if you happen to have any objections to killing eaters for sport, remember that many were once innocent people. You'll be doing them a favor putting them out of their misery. I like how you can do that now, just by simply buying the job boosts. There, everything's at 80. I mean, it'll cost you a lot, but, you know. Yeah, they think won't attack me, I'm too high level. Hey, tiny things! Tiny eaters! You're so cute, look at you guys! Look how tiny you guys are. Hey, Esteem, let's have some fun. Go, Frey, go! Woo! Good job, Frey. You did it. Good, clean work. This is clearly not your first time. Let's do this once more just to confirm it wasn't a fluke, though. Besides, the world could do with less Sin Eaters. Bye, Frey! Follow me. It shouldn't be much further. I'm on a manta ray. Look at my manta ray. It's a good manta ray. Oh, oh. Okay, what am I killing? Nice. Whee! Blood spiller. Oh, that. Boom. Let's go. Yeah, that'll do. You're exactly the sort of woman I've been looking for, and thank the gods for that. My apologies for subjecting you to such a silly test, but I'd rather not have an amateur's death on my conscience. Let's head back to the Wandering Stairs and make this official, shall we? Excuse you, I have killed all the wardens. I think I am more than qualified for this job. No! Winters, come back! I got my licorice again. Yeah! There he is. So, just to make sure you're still keen on our arrangement, Kaharu, will you join with me and hunt the dread fiend Dikaiosen and put an end to his accursed existence? Excellent, then it's settled. Now, every hunt begins with an investigation, and ours is no exception. Dikaiosen can be a rather difficult eater to pin down. But before we commence ours, we would do well to attend to our respective preparations. Let me know when you are ready to proceed. All set to embark on our great hunt, Kaharu? Then let us be about it. Before you ask, I have no intention of leading us out into the wilds without even an inkling of Dikaionsen's whereabouts. Novermount may not be a particularly large realm, even before the flood, but it takes us a dozen lifetimes to scour every nook and cranny. So, we'll start by asking a place I know for a fact Dikaionsen has attacked before, the village of Wright in Colusia. While I don't have a reason to believe he will return, I'd like to think that the survivors might know something of value. After all, you can be sure that they haven't forgotten the day the bastard came through. So, let us be off then. Off to Wright. Welcome to Wright. I reckon it might not seem like much to you, but to me... Never mind. We'll save that conversation for after. Tracking down Dikaionsen is what matters right now. This name is going to be the death of me. Let's split up and ask after the bastard. Better odds of turning up some useful information that way, I'd wager. Alright. Hello? Oh, I can talk to you. Ah! What? What do you want with me? The Sin Eater? The one that came and killed everyone? Oh god, is he here? Then why are you talking about him? Oh, I knew I should have stayed inside. There's nothing but death out here now. Death and horrors and eaters and... Wow. That guy messed up. Where's the other person I'm supposed to be talking to? Hello? Friend? Who am I supposed to be talking to? Hello? Hello? Am I blind? Am I just blind? I feel like I'm just blind. Hello? Hello? No, it's... Oh, you! Huh? Where did you come from? And what do you want with me? Der Kaiser Oysen? That thrice damned leader's that spitting image of a gallant knight? That? Die Kaiunsen? I can't help you. All I know is that when he came, he... Wicked White, if you had seen the carnage, you would... I'm sorry, I can't talk about this. Well, learn anything worth sharing? I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. What we saw that day, what he did to us, there's no moving on from that. What exactly happened here? Well, I was planning to tell you the whole story eventually, but I suppose now is as good a time as any. I was born and raised in Wright. Lacking any real prospects, I eked out on living as a hunter. Might have tried my hand at something more exciting had I not also been trying to provide for the love of my life, Melinda. It was about a year ago that she accepted a commission from this Yomoran trader, bloke dealt mostly in antiques, and he had this bracelet in need of restoration. Bloody old with a questionable provenance, but supposedly it once belonged to a royalty or some such. The Fangs of Orthis, he called it. Me and her had been talking about tying the proverbial knot. Buying land, building a home, that sort of thing. Around here, that might not take much, but it was still a lot more than we had. So when the trader made his offer, she didn't hesitate to say yes. I'd gone down to the shipyards and pick up extra tools and materials she needed for the work. Quality stuff, but it'd pay for itself 10 times over. But when I got back to Wright, the Kionson had been busy. I spied at least a dozen newborn eaters fluttering about, trying to make sense of their new lot. The grandmother who lived next door and shared the fruits of her orchard with us, the gruff woodsman who brought firewood to our doorstep in the dead of winter, both of them reduced to mindless fiends, just like that. There wasn't time to mourn or think. I started looking for Melinda. And there she was, alive and well. Our eyes met, and we knew it was going to be all right. We ran for each other, and even now, a year later, it doesn't feel real. One moment she was there, right there, in front of me, and the next she was... De Kionton knelt and took the Fangs of Orthis, then left, leading a host of sin eaters out of Wright. But Melinda, I couldn't see her as anything else. She wouldn't budge. She just hovered there and stared, waiting for me to end it. Well, I could never say no to her. Not once in the years we'd been together. For all the time she welcomed me home with a bowl of hot stew. All the time she laughed at my crude jokes and gave me counsel when I was losing my way. For all that and more, I killed her. I swore then and there I'd have my vengeance. De Kionson would die by my hand. I carved the scars in my flesh to mirror the ones he'd left in my soul, an enduring reminder of the vow I would never dare stray from the path. There, all done. No need to wallow in it. Wouldn't want my tragic yet trite tale to put you off your hunt. Now, still with me to the end, sinner? That's the spirit. Still, I've some unfinished business here, so if you could give me a moment before we resume, I would be most grateful. Well, I mean, he is a Dark Knight. He needs to have an edgy backstory. Sounds like Zahn with his girls. No, you're not. You're not. Sorry to have kept you waiting, sinner. I'm sure you're eager to get back to it, as am I. Trouble is, in your absence, I've failed to turn up any information as to the whereabouts of Daikai Onsen. He has never said no to row, okay? There's one line of inquiry I've yet to pursue, though. The Fangs of Orthus. The bracelet my beloved was supposed to restore, and that the Eater took with him when he left Right. Seniors are mindless fiends driven by own base instinct. Everyone knows that. They've no need for worldly possessions. Yet, Daikai Onsen took the bracelet anyway, which can only mean that there's something unique about this particular antique, or the sinless bastard somehow different from the rest of his ilk. Either way, I think we need to learn more about the Fangs of Orthus, and I know just the man to ask, the Yomoran trader who commissioned Melinda's services. Much as I'd like to question myself, though, I don't think that's an option. Even though Daikai Onsen's attack a year ago is common knowledge, I doubt the trader will believe that an Eater stole his precious trinket. He's more likely to accuse me of theft and have me clapped in irons. So I'm afraid you have to go in my stead, Kaharu. Melinda said he was a regular at the Beehive, so try looking for him there first. No, I don't want to go back to the strip club. Zahn, I am being forced back into the strip club. I don't want to be there. Zahn, help. Zahn, help me. I don't want to be here. Zahn, I don't want to be here. Zahn, why am I here? Why am I here? Beehive. Beehive is a place of noise and excitement, a little sting to invigorate the safe, pampered lives of Yomor's free citizens. Regardless of gender, this establishment's bonded workers are often called honeybees, while the owner reigns above them as queen. I don't want to be here. Why am I here? Where is the person I'm supposed to be talking to? There he is. And to what do I owe the pleasure that is your company? The Fangs of Orthus, you say? How very interesting. I should be glad to tell you everything that I know, under the assumption that should you recover it, you will see it return to its rightful owner at once. I purchased the bracelet from a traveling peddler who claimed it was a relic of Vopert, that glorious kingdom that fell with the flood like so many others. He spoke true, from what I could tell, and I intended to sell it to a collector here for a tidy profit, after having it properly restored by an artisan in Right. Alas, she was one of several casualties of a sinister attack during which the Fangs of Orthus mysteriously vanished. I have, of course, been keeping in touch with several contacts on the off chance that the thief might attempt to sell it. They have not, regrettably, but a piece of similar design did recently surface in Mordsuk, I am told. I was planning to dispatch an agent to investigate, but you seem more than capable of fulfilling the role. As for the incentive, you may be assured that any information that aids me in the acquisition of the Fangs of Orthus or similar relics will be well rewarded. Alright, that's alright. Why does it always make us go to the beehive? I don't like being in the beehive. I don't like that place. At all. So, what did our industrious patron have to say? So he thinks it was stolen, eh? Just as well. We'd probably not know where to head next if it wasn't for his distrusting nature. If this piece of similar design is related to the fangs of Orthus, then it might attract Dikaionson's attention, assuming it hasn't already. Let's go. Meringue. Give me Twizzler. There you go, I have Twizzler. Oh no. Fine weather we're having today, Mortsuk, isn't it? No such thing as a thing without value. That's the creed of these folk. No, I refuse, Zon. I refuse. There's no shortage of Vobertite trinkets here. Finding the right one, on the other hand, is the challenge. I say we divide and conquer, as before. Hi, friend. Well met, well met. How may I be of service to you? Aho! A token that once belonged to Vobertite royalty, you say? If only I had such a remarkable treasure in my possession. But no, I do not. In all my years here, I have never even heard of someone unearthing such a thing. Okay. Yes, do you have business with me, traveler? Ah, the Vobertite choker. Is that what all this fuss is about? Then you're in luck, for my husband has yet to sell it. Once we realized how valuable it was, though, he insisted on carrying it with him at all times. If you're not willing to wait for him to return, you could try to find him at the ruins where he's gouging for Alex. They're not far. Oh, this sounds like trouble. Where are you? There you are. What news, friend? Ha! To think it was that easy. You've the luck with the Fae. We need to hurry. If my theory is correct, then so long as that scavenger has a choker, he's a target for Dikaionsson. Good lord, that name. That name is going to be the death of me, I swear. I am not! No, Briar, I'm a gremlin. There's a difference. There's a difference. But mercy! Mercy! Oh, we're too late. Take whatever you want, but please don't kill me. I have a family. Please, I beg of you. Oh, that poor fool. That poor fool. Please. Please. I don't like this. Oh goodness. That poor man. That poor man. Shame you missed the fun. This one bit off a bit more than he could chew. Probably because it was a newborn. You can tell by the lingering vestiges of intelligence and self. You can see it in their eyes. Like when Daikan's-san... don't tell me. You saw him. Wicked White. And he took the choker too? Damn it. Damn it all. He can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. It's just like right. I was too late to save him. Just like I was too late to save her. But not again. Never again. I'll hunt you to the ends of the world, Daikai-san. Daikai-san. Oh my god, that name. Vengeance will be mine. Right, yes. Neither the time nor the place. More eaters could be about. It's just, every time I cut one down, it reminds me of my first. Of her. Aww. Poor grandson. Poor grandson. Oh, I accidentally hit my boop macro. That's okay. I just booped the air. Here we are. We may have failed to stop him this time, but what matters is that we'll both live to see another day. Pity the scavenger didn't, and the wife doesn't yet know she's become a widow. Sod it. I'll tell her what happened. I've been there, so maybe it'll help me find the right words. Not that there ever are any. Afterwards, I'll have a good think about our next step. Don't let me keep you from your other affairs, Kaharu. We'll speak again soon. Hey there, Sinner. I broke the bad news to the widow of that scavenger while you were away. She took it about as well as you'd expect. After she cried herself hoarse, I started asking her about the choker and where her husband had got it. Seems he and his mates took a trip to El Meg a year or so back, hoping to cart off all the Verbertite treasures, words, they could carry from an untouched ruin they learned about. Of course, in their greed, they neglected to account for the Fey folk, who killed or drove mad most of them. Those who survived didn't come away empty-handed, though. In fact, they'd stumbled upon a remarkable find, 3 sacred treasures of the royal family. They escaped with 2, the fangs of Orthus being one of them, which was sold by another scavenger to a Yomoran. Either that merchant you met at the Beehive or an agent of his, I'd wager. So the merchant gave it over to Melinda for restoration, after which Daikaionsen attacks right, presumably because he's after it as well. Meanwhile, the scavenger here in Mordsu keeps the choker, the Eyes of Orthus, locked away for safekeeping, and when he finally decides to sell it, the sinless bastard shows up again. Which brings us to the here and now. Damned if I know why, but at this point there's no denying that Daikaionsen's been hunting the royal relics. And so, assuming he hasn't already claimed the third one, the Claws of Orthus, then I say we should get our hands on it first and then use it to lure him out of hiding. But to that end, we'll have to venture into the Fairy Kingdom ourselves. Those scavengers didn't receive the warmest welcome and were not like to be treated any better. Actually, I was away with the Fae for a time. Why does that not surprise me? Well, if you and the Fae have an understanding, perhaps we can traverse their lands without worry. And that settles it then. We'll head to Ilmeg and ask after this Verboltite ring. Boop, boop. Alright. There he is. I don't need a mount. I can just run right for him. What a remarkably uneventful trip. I kept jumping at shadows waiting for eaters or foul demons or worse to attack. Though that might be preferable to the Fae, frankly. Still, we're going to have to deal with them eventually if we're going to find this ring. After all, the New Mu were part of Verboltite society, and without their help, I'm not sure where to even begin our search. Perhaps there's a village of some sort you can guide us to? Yes, in fact, there's Pla'ina. Inai. Ini? Whatever. Pla'ini, huh? Very well, lead on, sinner. I like how he says that and just walks away. I'm just going to do this. Boop. Okay. Hey! Something about your demeanor bespeaks a question unasked. Have I the right of it? A ring that belonged to the royal family of Vobert, and it was called the Claws of Orthus. But Vobert is long gone, as are the caretakers of the ring you seek. Oh, bless me. Goodness. Who can say where it might have gone to? Oh, you. I can ask you. Oh, goodness. Sneezy. Oh, hello there. You have questions for me? The Claws of Orthus. It is a ring, you say. The name I have heard before, but I know nothing save that. Oh, so Ul served the royal family before the flood. Somewhat temperamental they are, but surely they will have the knowledge of this treasure you seek. Where are they? Where are they? Grandson! Grandson! I have news! Had yourself a conversation or three? Learn anything interesting? Ugh. I'm sneezy. That's what I learned. So the Sol Ul is the one we ought to speak with then, eh? A former servant of the royal family, which would mean they've lived well over a century. Bugger me. Well, these are Fae folk. They can live for a long time. Like forever. It's crazy. I do not know you, yet you seem to know me. Oh! Okay, flashback time. The fifth was discovered yesterday. A young girl not yet of age, transformed into a misshapen beast like the others before her. As if we needed more proof of a pattern. At this rate, any citizen could be next. Tell me you at least learned something from this one. I studied her remains myself. 'Twas plain a powerful magic had been employed. Vestiges of the enchantment lingered long after. The culprit, I think, is not a man to be trifled with. That is all I can say for now, but you may rest assured that I will ascertain their identity ere long. On my honor as court mage, I swear it. Until I do, however, I would implore you and your fellow knights to dispatch any who turn or show signs, without hesitation. But these are our kith and kin. Should we not try to keep them alive until a way to reverse their transformation can be found? Your mercy would place countless others at risk. As a knight of Volbert, did you not vow to serve all her people? Justice for the weakest among us, was it not? How many such innocents will die before you do what must needs be done? It pains me deeply, Brandon, but the safety of the royal family is paramount. I fear that to take anything less than the most drastic measures would be to invite death into this castle. Death is already here. Surely you must see that. I will not let it be whispered that Princess Saldia turned a blind eye to her people's suffering. These crimes are a tragedy that weighs heavy upon every verbotite soul, mine most of all, and that is why I will take charge of the investigation myself. My lady, be reasonable. You cannot put yourself in harm's way. You have a responsibility to your subjects. So I am to gamble with their lives instead. Let them shield me while I alone take shelter and look down on them from on high. Yes, exactly. You are the princess. You are Brandon, yes? The new recruit. A rather promising one from what the captain has told me. You will attend me personally. My lady! You heard me. I will not stand idly by when I have the power to make a difference. Together we shall see justice done for all, as your vow and your princess demand. Lady Saldia, I understand. Forgive me my hesitation. My life and my sword are yours to command. I have great expectations for you. I trust you will not disappoint me. Right. There's no telling when our culprit will strike again, so we must begin our investigation at once. There are witnesses to be questioned, clues to be gathered. Come, come. Now, Lady Saldia! Lady Saldia! Ever the stubborn child. I wish you the best of luck, Brandon. You will need it, and more. Hey, are you alright? The way you were holding your head as if racked by a terrible pain. What happened to you just now? Lady Saldia? You saw her with your mind's eye. Then it is as I suspected. You have the gift too. You are like Brandon. What do you mean she's like Brandon? Why have you come to me? What is it you seek? I see, and for this hunt of yours, you have come to Ilmeg in search of the claws of Orthus. I am afraid this is no simple matter. First, I would know that you are capable of facing the eater you seek. Well, duh. As per usual, there is a spot in a river not far from here in which I used to bathe, until a number of beasts grew equally fond of it. If you are the warrior you claim to be, they should pose no challenge whatsoever. Alright, let's get going. As for you, I have questions. Sorry, grandson. I get to go out on my own. Where am I going? That is the question. Where am I? Okay, I'm not actually going that far away. Over here. Look at that. Look at that fate. Look at that. I'm not stopping to do it though. Ah, here we are. Destination. Oh, hello. Dark mutant. Okay. These look like weird versions of Sin Eaters, but okay. I'm not gonna question it. There you go. Alright. Back to Sul-Ul. Sul-Ul. That's a name. Sorry, you're being yelled at by a Zon. The beasts are no more then. Good, good. I hadn't the heart to do it myself, for they were no ordinary beasts, but old friends who had survived the flood, victims of the curse you heard us speak of in your vision. So this curse transforms people into monsters, like how the Sinears can spawn more of their own kind. I will speak no more of this or other matters until after you've completed the task I set before you. This is non-negotiable, grandson. Gaharu has accepted my terms, and so must you. So secretive, the both of you. Can we all just speak plain? Your comrade refuses to acknowledge his situation. This may take time, but I am patient. Indeed, I have dealt with many a stubborn child in my life. Ah, stubborn children indeed. Exemplary timing, Gaharu. 'Twas not more than a mere moment ago that grandson returned, having at last obliged my humble request. Humble request my ours. This one's no better than a Yamoran aristocrat, so accustomed to making others do their bidding. I tell you that there's something off-putting about taking orders from a dog. If you continue and give me cause to reconsider aiding your hunt, perhaps you should ask her questions. Fine. Gaharu says she saw a vision of you and Brandon looking thick as thieves. You were friends, eh? Know what he's up to now? Talk in riddles to make yourself sound more clever because you don't actually have anything interesting to say. Brandon is dead. He died a century ago, together with his comrades in an attempt to halt the flood that they themselves set in motion. I presume you speak of the eater that took possession of his corpse. Daikano-sen, aye, but unlike most Sinears, he's doing more than roam about aimlessly. For some reason, he's been hunting down royal treasures of Vobert. And he's been killing anyone who got in his way. Is he now? Heh, what irony. Even in death, he remains a slave to duty, a knight brave and true. He's a murderer, and I'll not have it said otherwise. He ruined my life, killed my beloved before my very eyes. Every night do I go to bed dreaming of the day I'll take my revenge. Oh, I see. Truly, you have suffered a terrible loss. But while your thirst for vengeance is quite natural and understandable, it is ultimately misguided. Unusual behavior notwithstanding, Daikaionsen is nevertheless no more than an eater. To hate him is to hate the seed that claims the ship, the disease that steals the child, the tremor that topples the home, the mindless force of nature that begets destruction, driven by fragmented memory. Don't you dare make excuses for him. Do you think I wanted any of this? I grew up on a farm. I could barely wield a sword. And now I've got to kill one of the bloody cardinal virtues. Hate and anger and vengeance are all I've got now. My every waking moment is dedicated to plotting his death. It has to be. It has to be. So, just tell us where the goddamn ring is and we'll be on our way. And this is how it has to be, Who you have to be. Nay, I think not. You ask too much, demand far, far too much. And in exchange for what? This I cannot abide. Are you trying to barter with me? You little shite. Tell me what I want to know or I'll beat it out of you. Back off, Kaharu. I won't let anyone or anything stand between me and Melinda's murderer. Brandon was a dear friend. To know that an eater disgraces his flesh and his memory pains me more than it can well express. It would bring me great comfort if you were to grant him peace. I would like to share with you a story, if you would be so kind as to join me in Lehi-Gia. This had better have a point. Calm down. Good lord, boy. All the way over here. This place is gorgeous. Oh, look at this place. It's so pretty. Ah, here we go. Another instance. Proceed. It's beautiful, even now. A palace of forgotten dreams. But before it was Lehi-Gia, it was in the time of Vobert. It was Gruen's Lich. The memory of mine in which you walked was of a troubled time, when the people of our kingdom were preyed upon by an ambitious fool. Brandon, a young knight who had only just won his spurs, had caught the eye of Princess Saldia, who chose him as her personal guardian. However, he was far too inexperienced and was unable to keep her safe when she ventured outside these walls on one of her investigations. For his failure, he was stripped of his knighthood, and shortly thereafter he quit Vobert. I thought I would never see him again. But then, one day, he returned, one of several wandering adventurers led by a man named Ardbert, who had accepted our invitation to look into the mysterious transformations, which had continued unabated in Brandon's absence. Lady Saldia was overjoyed, and for a time it was like nothing had changed. They spoke often and grew even closer. And then came the day when we learned the truth. When we learned that the architect of our kingdom's suffering was none other than the court mage, Todrick. Ah, there we go. It's him, Brandon. I'm sorry. Oh dear. So am I. Come, let's have done with it. Oh, goodness gracious. There we go. Oh dear. It was you, Tadric. Do not deny it. Tormenting our people, twisting and transforming them into monsters. And for what? Brandon. And after I took such pains to be rid of you. You may strip me of my titles, but not my oaths. I shall serve Lady Saldia till my dying breath. As you like. Once I have killed you and your friends, there will be no one left to stop me from claiming the throne. Hear me, my children. The hour of reckoning is at hand. Rejoice, for in noble sacrifice shall you find everlasting glory. Lord Tadric, it hurts. Soon you shall know no more pain. Oh, there they are. I was going to make it quick, for old time's sake, but now I think I ought to take my time. Yes, it's that one. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing there. What is this? I don't know what I'm doing. Go, Arthur! What does this do? I'm trying! Oh. Come over here. Say a thing, Ardbert. Yay! Stop it! Whoops! I got you, the alert! Nice. Come on. What is he doing? not doing anything. Ow! Okay. Okay, that happened. Hey, I'm not changing it to easy just because I died, okay? Screw that. Screw that. Okay. I have a better idea of what I'm doing. Right here. Come here. Come here. There we go. I already did. Got it. Oh, that thing. Stop it. I think they're broken. There we go. Hi, Albert. Get that away from me. Harper, I guess. Oh god. No, we can't. Can someone do something? Oh, I'm safe where I am. Go, Render, go! Bang him. Yeah! Albert, Render, go! Beautiful. will do. Sure it will. Got it. Interject. No, that didn't work. Come on. Go down already. Goodness. Gotcha. Meddlesome wretch, this kingdom is by rights mine. Brandon, what is the meaning of this? Chat, Todrick, you... But why? After serving us so faithfully for so many years. I am no servant. No servant. Not of your mother or father or you. Milady! Gods damn you! Oh. Lady Soldia, speak to me. Brandon, my dear, brave Brandon. Am I your princess still? Would you honor your vows, even now? Now and ever after, my lady. My sword is yours to command. That as well. Would that I had the strength to wield it myself. Steel your heart, brave Brandon, and for the good of Obert and her people. No. No, no, I cannot. I will not. Honor your vows to your kingdom, to your princess. Oh. To your friend, who never doubted you, who knew that you would return and see justice. Justice. No, it should be me. Brandon, my sword, now and ever after. We rounded up the rest of Todrick's co-conspirators and tossed them in the jail. Why do I keep thinking that's pronounced gull? It's jail. Ugh. The ones who hadn't been corrupted by his magics, that is. I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Oh. Poor Brandon. Well, you saw what happened. Wicked White. She begged him to do it, like Melinda. Come, let us quit this place and return to Pla Enai. Eni? Enai? Which one is it? Any. I don't know. Oh, goodness. And my camera's bugging out, but that's okay. Do you know why I entered into the royal family service many long years ago? Because when I was attacked by a wild beast which nearly tore me to shreds, it was Lady Sadia who came to my rescue. She saved me, and that is a debt that can never be repaid, for there is naught in this world which holds greater value than life itself. Not even her death absolves me of it, and so I must always first consider her wishes, her desires, what she would want for me and her kingdom, for Brandon, and yes, even for you, grandson. For me? To find oneself in opposition to the other, and other bereft of complexity, of nuance, wholly devoid of redeeming qualities, a villain. Indeed, there is comfort in certainty and hatred. But it is a false and fleeting comfort, bought with lies we tell ourselves about who we are and what we must be, what we must do. And never you mind the cost. If anything, the more we offer up in sacrifice, the better. Do you not see? Brandon was right to hesitate, to doubt. The unwavering blade cares not whom it serves, nor who it cuts. I think I need a moment. Perhaps you do as well. Let us leave for now, Kaharu. Grandson, I have given you ample time to consider the path that has brought you here, and where it invariably leads all who walk it. I didn't know what to do after I lost Melinda. How to mourn her or how to live. I felt that if I put my all on Dikaiosen, put my everything into the hunt, that at least I wouldn't have to think about myself or what comes next. I wanted to hollow myself out and fill up that hole with hate, forget who I was. And irony of ironies, that's just what the poor bastard tried to do to himself a century ago too, isn't it? Hard men making hard choices. What rot. Hold on to Melinda and the memories shared. And the memories you shared. Let that love guide you. You're right. I don't need the hate. Never did. I'll finish it for Melinda and for Brandon. And then I'll move on. Move on, you say? I can't live off hate. Shouldn't have made it this far, frankly. And the more I try to reach for it, the more I find sorrow, pity. Curse not fate, but mourn her victims. Remember the dead as they lived. Aye, something like that. Reckon Kaharu would agree. And Melinda, if she were here, would probably slap me a dozen times and call me a bloody fool for acting the way I have. Or maybe you've been thinking about doing that in her stead, eh? Apologies for treating you with such disrespect before, Su'ul. I'd like to claim that I finally understand what you've been trying to tell me all this time, but I'm still getting my head around it. Recognizing your faults is the first and most important step. I will tell you what I know of the Claws of Orthus. The ring, together with the bracelet and choker, were 3 relics passed down through the royal family over generations, signifying the owner's right to rule. Princess Aldia was the last of her line, and after her death, they were stored in a sanctuary for safekeeping. However, a year ago, a band of thieves learned of its existence. The ones who stole the fangs and eyes of Orthus. Yes, the relics were concealed with magical wards. I can only presume that once they were spirited away, Daikaiosen was then able to sense their presence. Even in death, a slave to duty, you said. You think he pursued the thieves out of an instinctive loyalty to his princess? That I do. After all, he was content to leave them be so long as they remained hidden. Only the 2 of the 3 were taken, then the 3rd is still... Claim the Claws of Orthus, and he will surely come for you. Yes. Timgius is the way you must go. Oh, suddenly a powerful mark. Okay. Once you arrive at the place I marked on your map, cast this powder into the air. The glamour will fade, and you will see the chest with the ring. The rest is up to you. Thank you, Su'ul. I promise we will bring your friend peace. With me, sinner. And may you find peace as well, child. I sense the presence of a powerful mark. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder where that mark could be. It's literally right there. Oh, that is amazing. That is okay. While Kaharu is kind of flying over there, I'm gonna go get a refill of my drink. I will be right back.
I'm back. I have new drink. Ah, here we are. Let's go. You toss the powder into the air, and as it slowly settles into the earth, as twinkling motes of light, a coffer begins to take shape. There it is. This must be the claws of Orthus. All that's left is to decide when and where we want to confront the Eater. Oh, you know right here is good too. Or we could deal with it here and now. Speak with the devil and he shall appear. Hey there, old man. I don't know you, and you don't know me, but I know your story. I know this isn't you. And I know that if Lady Saldia was here, she'd say the same thing. It'll all be over soon. I promise you. Go. This team, let's go. Team. Ow. The hell is that? Help! 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 I can't move. I'm okay. This is surprisingly complicated. Yeah, no. Oh god. Oh lord, oh lord. Ah. Bless you! Yeah, get caught in your own AoE. Whoop! I got it. Whoop! Got it. Oh lord. I should have saved that one. That's okay. That's okay. I'm still alive. Still alive, and that's what matters. Let's go, Esteem!
Gotcha! I got you!
Oh, I'm safe where I'm standing. Neat.
Branson, why? Why did you stand there? Why? Branson, your help! Branson, your help! Bye, Esteem. Come on, he's almost down. I mean, so is Branson, but he's almost down. Got him. Damn eater, let him go. He's not your bloody puppet. Finally. You watching, Melinda? Now and ever after, my lady Saldina. My sword is yours to command. Brandon? He's still in there? I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Wait, is he trapped in the memory still? You're wrong, Brandon. That's not what she would want. Let go of your anger. Let go of her. But that would make me lesser in your eyes, wouldn't it? To shoulder a burden that need not be mine. No, I will not forsake compassion and love. I will not dishonor your memory. Oh, my lady Soldia. He's gone. And with that, the three treasures of the royal family are united. Now we've just got to find a place to sick them so that no scavenger ever stumbles upon them again. Least we can do for the princess and her knight, am I right? Maybe Soul will have some ideas. Let's head back to Plot and Nine. Whee! Away we go. Why don't I just teleport back? Why am I flying back? There we go. Oh, sorry. It is done? Brandon has been laid to rest? You saw us when we arrived. Did you really have to ask? No, I suppose not. Oh, my dear friend, I pray you have found peace. And what of you, grandson? Has the turmoil in your heart subsided at last? I suppose so, though, to be honest, it felt like I made my peace with him before we even fought. Because you finally saw him for what he was, and accepted that truth into your heart. The battle was but an afterthought. Easy for you to say. You didn't have to cross blades with the bloke. By the way, I brought you some gifts. The 3 royal relics of Vobert. Then Brandon was safeguarding both the bracelet and the choker. And now it's your turn to look after the whole lot. That's what Lady Saldia and her knight would have wanted, I reckon. Yes, of course. That their souls may sleep soundly forevermore, we shall enshrine these relics for all eternity. Now that that's settled, I suppose we should be on our way. There's a detour I'll have to take, but afterwards I'd like to speak with you back at the usual spot in the Crystarium. Be well, Su'ul. I think that one has a bright life ahead of him, if you can find the strength to overcome such terrible tragedy that he did. As have you, on no few occasions, I am sure. It has been a pleasure, Kaharu. Do resume should you ever yearn to hear an old fool prattle on and on. No. Off to the Crystarium! Da-da-da. Well met, Sinner. Glad to see you made it back safe and sound. Having returned to where it all began, I can't help but think back to when I first came here, thinking only of Dakayo-san and my revenge. I was so... Ah! Things are falling down! Oh no! I was so wrapped up in my own personal affairs that I didn't realize I was only pushing others away. Glenard was the only one who saw through the facade. He's a perceptive one, took one look at me when I got back and broke into a smile. But enough about him. I have yet to thank you properly, Kaharu. I owe you so much for sticking with me to the end. Well, so what's next for you, Sinner? Good question. I can't say I feel at home here or in Wright or anywhere else, so I might spend some time on the road. I may not be as skilled a fighter as you, but I reckon I'm better than most, and there's always someone in need of a reliable sword hand. Melinda would want me to use my talents for a noble purpose, and helping folks in need fits the bill. Hells, isn't that what Brandon and his comrades wound up doing in the end? So, let's not call it a goodbye. Let's just say, until the next hunt. Wheresoever you go, may you fight shade, Sinner. Okay, bye! Bye! And we have completed all the role quests. Oh! I leveled up! Hey! I leveled up. And that's it. We have completed all of the role quests, so we will be quite ready for the last stretch of Shadowbringers. Because if we go in here, I still have to do the last stretch of Shadowbringers, as you can see. Look at this fool, waiting for me to take on his quest. So that will do it for this stream, and next time we will be delving into the final area, and we will be actually completing Shadowbringers and moving on into post-Shadowbringers. Finally, about time. So until then, thank you for everyone who joined me and was chatting with me today. Thank you for everyone who watches the video afterward, and I will see you in the Tempest. Bye!